Hello YouTube. This will be a quick video just reviewing my helmet cam setup. I've received a few emails during the past few weeks, and actually even extending beyond that, from people who just want me to kind of show how I have my camera set up. And then I have a new camera that you can see on there as well that I just installed, and so I'll review that. First of all, you can see I'm using an HJC helmet. It's a CS-12 model, and I just bought it. I don't know whether this is the best helmet to modify, but you know, there are people who use others, and those work fine as well. But I'm using the HJC. And then what you can see is I have this camera in there. This is my Kodak V570 camera. I actually sit it in the chin bar, and you can actually see it down in there. And so it allows me to kind of control it as I'm riding. I can use the buttons in here. And so Kodak V570, I know some of you have that camera, so you're familiar with how it works, but flips open once you turn it on, and then of course I can switch it into video mode and then begin recording. And so it basically gives you what I see from right about just shortly away from my eyes. So it's actually a pretty good view, and it's actually a pretty good setup. I kind of like the way it fits in there. The camera's small, so it doesn't really take up much room, and I can use that. And then on the side here, I just got this new camera, the Vholdr ContourHD camera, and it's one of the newer cameras that are out. I know that they have a few versions, but this one I got because I kind of like the idea of having the camera outside of the helmet, you know, if I wanted that. And you know, so I've seen a few reviews of it, and people have, you know, had some good reviews, and so I just decided to go ahead and invest in it, and I like it. I've only done maybe 1 or 2 videos with it, and I haven't really uploaded any videos yet, but I will shortly. And so one of the things that I didn't necessarily like about this camera was the fact that it has an external microphone, and so that means that I can't really do a vlog with the camera outside of the helmet, and also you pick up a lot of wind noise, especially when you pick up speed on your motorcycle, and that was one of the negative aspects of it. So what I did is I actually installed this external microphone, which you'll see in just a second. Alright, so this external microphone, which I can put inside the helmet, I can put it on my collar, on my motorcycle jacket, I can put it near the engine if I want to, you know, just let you hear the engine sounds. And so it's actually pretty good. It works very well. Mic is actually very sensitive on the camera, so it works pretty good. And then one of the things about the Contour camera is that it has lasers. Because this doesn't have an LCD screen on it or a view screen, it's difficult to assess whether or not the camera's lined up correctly. So the way that they have it, I'm going to turn it on, and then you'll see okay, there are the lasers. They're actually shining. And what the lasers do is allow you to determine whether the camera is level. And then if it's not, of course, I can adjust it 90 degrees to the right or to the left. And the on-off switch is very simple. I won't do a complete review of this camera, but you can barely make it out here. This is on-off switch, so I can turn it on. Camera is recording now, and it's easy to reach while I'm riding, and I can turn it back off. Well, actually, I'll show you what the lasers look like against the wall. So what I'll do is I'll just press the power button for 1 second, and then it actually puts the lasers on the wall there. You can see vaguely in the back. And so what I'm able to do is just adjust the camera as necessary with those lasers there. And so, you know, I have basically 2 setups with this one helmet, and so it kind of gives me a little bit of flexibility. I like them both. I'm not quite sure which one I would prefer, but you know, we'll see as I get a little bit more experience with the Contour. I'll be able to kind of determine the difference. But there are people who have one or both setups. It really didn't require much alteration of the helmet for the Contour because it's externally mounted. Now this is kind of easy to unmount, so I'll slide it off. Camera comes off by itself, and then you can see that there's the Contour Vholdr mount on the side there. Now one of the things about this mount was that it's installed with a bit of adhesive. So this is actually the stock mount that comes with the Contour. and so it has a little bit of adhesive that allows you to kind of attach it to the helmet. It works pretty well. I've got some good reviews. But what I was a little concerned that it wouldn't hold on, like after 5 or 6 months of riding, that it wouldn't stay on there. So what I did is I just installed a bolt in the center that you can see there that goes through to the inside of the helmet where there's a nut, and then the nut is covered by the padding inside, so it's completely hidden, and then it's got this heavy-duty Velcro on the inside of it, which helps to attach, and that way the mount is very stable. It's not going anywhere, and I kind of just felt a little bit more confident that this would stay where it is, as opposed to just using the adhesive. And so that's pretty much it I wanted to show with these 2 camera setups. Basically, there are several videos that show the installation of the camera in the front, so you can follow any one of those, and the Vholdr camera setup is actually self-explanatory, so I don't know whether there are any videos, but you probably can find one. Any questions, comments, let me know. Any concerns about the stability of the helmet, I don't know. It's worked well for me, but that's it. That's all I wanted to say about this. I like them both, and it looks pretty good as well.